majority of agencies are really bad at what they do. And the problem is that there will always be an agency that claims they can do better numbers than you. I truly believe that you give value, you do good things happen to you. One of the most common mistakes I think people make is that they create content and they're like, let's do this globally. It's not how it works. I keep hearing that Latvians are sarcastic, so negative marketing, sarcastic, right? What's in those beers, man? 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to this podcast that I haven't named yet. Hopefully we'll have a name when I launch this episode. We'll think about it. This podcast is basically an idea I had because I travel all around the world and meet a lot of people and cultures. And I'm very, very passionate about marketing and curious about how people work and how it works in different countries, because it's never the same, right? So I thought it could be great to meet agencies and sometimes companies in different countries to learn about marketing. My name is Alexander Morad, and I'm the CEO and founder of Bright Mind Agency. We are an agency that helps with TikTok, social media, AI, everything that has to do with digital marketing, basically. And with me today, I have...
Jorens. Yeah, hello, my name is Jorens. I'm the co-founder together with Simona. Of Intelligence Media. We're basically a performance marketing, digital marketing agency here in Riga, Latvia. We work in Latvian market, we work in European market, we work basically all around the world.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Simona.
Mostly I'm the one that's like driving results, like technically, and I'm media buyer for Meta, let's say like that. So,
okay, great. And how long have you been doing this?
10 years.
10 years? Both of you?
No. I'm in the marketing space.
Yeah?
In the marketing space, around like 5 years.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So, and you've been working, you have this company together since day one? No, because you've been doing this for 10 years, but not this company for 10 years? Or
No.
Other agencies?
Yeah, like I started in a different agency. I was starting with ads, then I was like a CEO, and then I decided I wanted my company, and and he actually also did that, and we started separate companies, and then we just merged it. Yeah.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah. We met on the first agency where she taught. In the first agency where we met, we worked together. I was in the sales, then I switched on delivering, also the services, and that's where we met.
Yeah.
And moving forward, that's where we continue.
Yeah, and actually we're a couple, so we work and live together.
Like a power couple. How does that work? Like, do you ever grow tired of each other?
No.
That's great.
That's actually the best thing ever. I can say it. Like, if you're a high-performing person, then you have no one that's nagging about like how you can work that much.
It might not be for everyone though.
No,
But there's a lot of benefits for that.
And if you love what you do, which we love, like what we do, so it's actually pretty easy.
And is it like easy to separate? Like, if someone doesn't do a good job, can you be like, now we're talking as colleagues? Okay, that's really good. Yeah.
Like sometimes, especially like when I'm talking, he can like ask, "Are you talking about are you talking with me like a partner?" Or like So that's it.
All right.
That's easy.
Oh, that's great. Interesting, and it kind of sounds like the same way we created, or the same way like Bright Mind Agency became what it is. I started an agency first, and then I met a guy named Sebastian, who basically had an agency but did more like the digital stuff, like more technical, like websites and algorithms and all those things that I don't know anything about. I'm more of the creative side. So. And we worked a little bit with each other, and I just realized that why don't we just merge? Because we're doing the same thing. But we're not a couple, though.
Good to know.
We're not a couple. But he is my partner in crime in a way. Like we do everything together. He's amazing. All right then. So as I said, my curiosity is how marketing works in different cultures and countries and stuff like that. And you're in Latvia, but if I understood it correctly, you do marketing in different countries, right? Can you name a couple of countries that you've done performance marketing, right?
I think it's easier to name where we don't do that.
Okay,
like
it's
and
so
it's like
global.
third part, like how it says in English.
Third world countries.
Yeah,
Mostly in there.
That's where we don't run ads.
Yeah.
Like
So you've been doing it in Sweden,
yes,
Netherlands,
in the
US?
Scandinavian market, US, mostly US actually.
Yeah,
and for like if we talk about Latvia, then it's Baltics, and in Latvia it's such small market, then it's just not possible to scale here like for a long time.
Especially if you have like a small niched brand like.
So it's eventually you need to
go
further.
to other countries, right?
Yeah.
Is it a lot of Latvian e-commerces that you work with that want to scale globally, or is it more global brands that you work with that also are in Latvia?
Yeah, like Latvian brands, I would say they're much smaller ones. Like they also are more afraid. You need to imagine like when you start in Latvia, you have like CPMs of 2-3 euros. Okay, and then
2-3 euros. Sorry that I
in Meta.
Yeah, is that a really good CPM level here, or is it like the average, or
it's average one. Like we have also clients like with 5, like 6. It's crazy.
That's very high.
Yeah,
right? So,
But like, and then we suggest them to go, for example, in US, and it's 30.
Yeah.
What now? And they have this huge shock. So it's really about adoption, like about mindset and everything else. I hate that name, but like about mindset. And it takes much more time for Latvian mind to adapt for like export than it takes for someone that's already in this high numbers.
And how do you convince a client that? I know that you're used to a CPM of $2-3, but now we're in New York and it's $15. Like how? Because they will just see the numbers and they were like, oh no, we're failing in this ad because that's what they're used to, right? So how do you talk them? How do you walk them through that process?
Is it not like most of the time they have the ambition to go outside of the current market, and then we are the ones that, hey, you should be realistic. It's not going to be so easy. No. It's going to be like that and that for this long.
Yeah, at first we try to prepare them and show them cases, because we have case and show that like, hey, this brand is at huge scale and they have these numbers, like, and you have nothing, like your other country even hasn't learned anything about this country. Like, what do you expect? That's one thing. But actually, what I need to say is that it's best to work with someone that has already worked with other agencies. Yeah. They understand the concept and they have burned themselves, and then they're more willing to like, okay, we trust you, let's do it. Yeah. Like, but if we are the first ones that try to introduce them with these high numbers, like it's usually not ending well.
Yeah, because they let's just speak the truth here, because usually the majority of agencies are really bad at what they do. And the problem is that there will always be another agency. If they don't have experience from other agencies before you guys, there will always be an agency that claims they can do better numbers than you. And then the company will go like, oh, but we're going to try with those now because they said they can get a CPM of 5. And then they go there. They're never getting that CPM, but that is too late, right? Yeah. So I agree with that. It's always easier to work with companies that has experience of agencies. But it's also really hard because sometimes, as you said, they have been burned, right? Yeah. So it's like going into a relationship that just ended a bad relationship and saying, yeah, but I'm not like him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
And then they ask, what will you do different?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they did. No.
I'll do it correctly.
Yeah,
what do you mean? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So this is great. You're basically like the perfect candidates for this podcast because usually it could be hard if you only work in your culture and your country to really understand the differences. And I want to dig a little bit deeper into that to try to understand like And I heard you mention like the Baltics, and because Latvia is it's a small country. Like how many live here? Is
1.8 million.
1.8 million.
Yeah.
Do you know any numbers like how many actually uses social media?
Like for Meta, it's a little bit above 1 million.
Ah,
like,
okay.
but you need to like understand it's mostly like also there are kids that are not like purchasing 10 people. So.
No, I get that. So usually it's the Baltics. And when you say the Baltics, which countries do you?
Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia, like
Lithuania,
Baltic States.
Okay, cool. But if we start with Latvia, which social media platforms is the biggest here?
Facebook and Instagram, still.
It's still
like Meta, yeah. But
does TikTok had that? Because in Sweden and we see in the US and UK and stuff, TikTok has a very big cultural impact on the society. Like if something is trending there, it's trending everywhere. If something happens, it shapes the culture a lot in those countries. Do you see that in Latvia and in the Baltics in general as well?
Yeah, of course. But we need like understand for different clients there are different audiences, and I think and like it's different audience, so it's different platform for each business. It's not like defined that only Meta will work for them.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah. It's for each client is different, and also it's different how you start. If the client would be like not in e-com, but like mostly we work only with e-com, but also we have like clients that are like in B2B. Because like we work with them, but they are our family or someone, like we just help them. Then we wouldn't go for Meta, for example, like moving services. I think right. Then we would suggest to go for Google. Like
do you do Google as well?
Yeah, but not in huge scale. When we have clients that are generating like 1 million per month, then we don't do that. We collaborate with different agencies. As well for TikTok. As we don't run TikTok ads, we are collaborating just with different agencies for that.
That's also very interesting, by the way. How is the culture here in the Baltics and in Latvia? Agencies, are you friendly with each other? Is it very competitive? Do you share a lot of insights? Like how do you see each other's competition?
We are
fight on LinkedIn
here. We are like ugly like duck here, like you know that.
Yeah. First of all, we're very new. But then there are like many agencies that do like everything, like full service. They do TV ads, they do radio ads.
Like
do
the traditional agencies.
Yeah, traditional. Yeah. There's a lot of traditional agencies. Also, there are a couple like niched only on the digital side, like more on the performance.
Yeah.
But we don't keep like a long touch, like a regular touch with them.
No.
With some of them, I guess we have a contact, right? We know what they do. We have seen many like clients that come to us that have worked previously with some agency that we know, and we see like what they have done, right?
Yeah.
And
it's always a fun experience.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. Especially when we compare like what they have done and what they told they will do.
Yeah.
Then crazy.
It's crazy shit. Yeah. I like that. That's crazy shit.
But what you need to understand, like about us as a persons, we never will tell like this agency is like super bad agency. We never.
No.
And that's also one thing. Like I will be friends with everyone. Like even though if I don't like agree what you're doing, that's fine. You do you. That's totally fine. And I know what drives results, and I'm keeping that. Like, for example, we never run ads for ourselves. We build our agency only on referrals.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it. Like, I think that speaks about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I wish I was like that.
You're not. Yeah.
No. I'm definitely not. Because I'm on a mission. Like when we started the agency, it was because I hate marketing.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to do it better. So our mission has been since day one to change the marketing industry to something better, and it's both internally and externally, right? So it's not only like for clients and whatever, but it's also like how people feel when they work, how try to reduce the stress, try to have a great environment and stuff like that. That usually agencies are not good at, but you guys are, because I've seen your office now, and it's you really think about everything. That's great.
You didn't see our glasses. We have like orange glasses.
Oh, you have that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice for the screens, right?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, that's really good as well. So, and I think things like that are really important. So, what grinds my gears is that when I see someone who's really bad at what they do, I call them out. Like if you follow me on LinkedIn, people usually, like when I talk to clients or whatever, they always say it's always fun to see you on LinkedIn because I always, like, in the comment section, it's like, yeah, but that's not how you do it. Because the problem is there's so many agencies out there, and I don't mean to be mean. I feel like this is me being nice because I'm trying to help. There's a lot of agencies out there that learned one trick, and they're like, this is how you scale and build something, and you just do this, or you go only reach, and Facebook will solve everything for you, or something like that. I was like, yeah, that works for some companies, but maybe not for other companies, because you need data for Facebook algorithm to fully understand and be able to scale everything. Because they're like, oh, you think you're smarter than their AI? Yeah, if there's no data, right? If we're getting 3 sales a month, what is Facebook going to, like, if it's a new company, what are they going to go for? Like, they go target wrong people, right?
Yeah.
So I can get triggered by those kind of posts.
That's good for also, like, controversy works, right? You can just get viral for that also. That's good.
Sometimes too viral. But it's fun.
I have a really, like, painful experience also with cases when I see huge agencies taking my case studies.
Yeah.
And I can't talk about them because of NDAs, and they are stealing that. And I'm like why they do that? And I see that they are getting huge clients because of this case study, which I did.
Yeah.
And I can't do shit about it. No. But that's fine. I'm still, like, calm, and I just wait, because I believe like what goes around comes around, and sooner or later I will face that person. Yeah. Because the industry is super small.
Yeah. I truly believe that you give value, you do good things happen to you, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's just a fact. So that's great to hear. But if we go back to, like, the Baltics and Latvia, so you say Facebook, Instagram is some of the biggest platforms. Do you see any differences when doing ads? Because you were talking about, like, you see other agencies, they're not doing it good, and then people are like, what do you do different? And you're like, I don't know, we do good, right? But what would you say would be the biggest differences when you're targeting the US or Sweden or UK or whatever, compared to when you're targeting Baltics? What are some, like, common mistakes people do that you should avoid? Or it could be in targeting, in content, things people should just know about. Like, if you go into this market, like this is very important to think about.
Okay, the question finally is about Baltics, or
let's do Baltics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you know anything specific with Latvia, go for it. But otherwise, let's do Baltics.
Okay. You want to start, or I can?
You can.
Okay. I can. No, we have, like, our podcast. You can.
You can. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Baltics, in general, what's different is that, like, as we spoke before, long-term content that works great, actually really great. Also, if ads are
when you say long-form content, sorry, is that like 1 minute or 40 seconds?
For us it's at least 1 minute. As you know, in Meta, it's long-term, like long content is already 30 seconds.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like 1 minute is like super long. Okay.
So that's one thing. Also, unedited ads, like ugly ads, that works super
on
great.
Meta?
Yeah, crazy. Also,
is that on Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels specifically, or even in pictures?
Yeah, pictures.
Oh, really?
Pictures and.
But they mostly work on the feed, right? Or pictures? On the stories. Yeah, on the Reels, I don't think they get many conversions.
Yeah, but I don't think we run them in there. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So ugly ads, that works great. What else could say? these fake podcast ads that these work great.
Yeah, that's a really
We actually
big
we
thing.
do them,
Yeah, that's why we have this room.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that works. Street and interviews works
Yeah.
great. Also, I have seen also we have clients in Sweden and Norway that are doing the same thing, like street interviews.
Yeah.
So that works great. Yeah, like human touch interactions, I would say something like that.
Yeah.
That works.
and of course, like in every other country, there's these cultural like differences, right? The beliefs are different. Like I don't know, for example, in Latvia, a lot of people drink beer.
Yeah.
Right, and you have to take that in consideration when you like write the ad copy or create the visuals, right? And I think probably.
So maybe the ads aren't ugly because they're drunk and they see, oh, this looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, did you know that we are like second largest like
drinkers? In Europe.
in world.
In world?
Yes.
Who's the first?
I did not.
Germany?
Slovakia, something like that.
It has to be Germany.
It has to be
No,
Germany, but
it
it's not.
wasn't. It wasn't. It was like post-Soviet.
I feel like Swedish people drink a lot, but
I
maybe
go-
not top 3 then. Right?
Really?
No, we we have like alcohol in every store in here, in
that's
every
true.
store.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
It is like you buy bread for your kids and then you just
You buy a
add-
beer,
Yeah, but back to these cultural differences. For example, in the United States, you have to do like the basic flow. You have to do like a great hook, great offer, great guarantees, like everything by the book, right? Like how American gurus teach it.
Yeah.
But in Latvia, in some cases, it could not work as good as just a generic photo of and just like generic advertising, right? Where you just there's no like guarantees. It doesn't feels like a sale.
One huge thing: if you will run here ads with 50% off, no one will buy because it's a scam. But if
so
you
they're
will
very
run
scam sensitive here.
But if you run like minus 10% off, oh, that's a deal. That should be like real.
I get that, but how is the tonality here? Because like if you're talking about the US, in the US it's like the best, the biggest, most powerful tool you've ever used. There is the country of superlatives, right? US, and it doesn't work if you don't do that. Like you have to really find. When the testimonials has to be, this is the best thing that's changed my life forever, and stuff like that. And I'm guessing it's not like that here. But what kind of tonality should you go for? Should it be like humble bragging? Should it be very modest? Should it be like, I tried it, it was good. Might not be for everyone. Should it be like, in some cultures I've seen that talking negative about putting out like a bad review and like that could have a great impact on the sales.
Funny
as well.
that you mentioned that negative marketing works great here.
Oh, really?
Really? Like great.
I keep hearing that that Latvians are sarcastic. That they always make dry humor and stuff like that. So so negative marketing, sarcastic, right? What's in those beers, man?
I don't know. I think it's because we are post-Soviet country, and in general, what you need to understand about Baltic States, it's like these are 3 countries, and even though we are like brother and sister, it's still different countries, and we have like kind of soft beef with each other.
Yeah,
and
I noticed.
Yeah. So like oh, it's Lithuanian product, or they will it's Latvian product, but yeah.
But how does that work then? If you say that you can't target Latvian, but usually when you do in the Baltics, right? Do you avoid saying that this is a Latvian product when you target your own market?
Yeah, it's actually
we always test it out. We see if for example, made in Latvia works better than made in Europe.
Yeah.
Just group. Sometimes it depends on the product, but usually, what we have seen that made in Latvia is not always like the thing.
And how do you know, like when you do a test here in Baltics, when do you know that the test is completed? Like do you go for we need to have this amount of impressions, or do you like 200 euro is enough to know if it works or not, or like do you have any like metrics you follow?
It depends on the brand and product and like target CPA, of course. But we usually go for a certain spend.
Yeah.
Like again, like two different concepts, and we just go for a certain spend, and we know like if that like target CPA will be, I don't know, $50, then of course we won't spend only 50 on that. It won't be any test, you know. So yeah, but we actually had recently one case with supplement brand in Latvia, and we were running ads and saying that we produced that in Latvia and in Lithuania. It didn't work, and when we changed that to European. It worked. So yeah.
So you do European, but you don't say Baltic.
No.
Yeah.
It sounds
so interesting how that works. You know, it's the same for us. Like now, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, we're friends, and we appreciate like if it's made in Sweden, it's good. But we usually don't say like Scandinavian. Up there, but Scandinavian in the rest of the world is beautiful. Like, everyone if say this is Scandinavian design in the US, they're like, oh, that's nice, right?
Sounds fancy.
But someone in Norway will like, what do you mean Scandinavian design, right? This is very different between Norway and the Swedish, right? So, but in US they're like, oh, that's IKEA, so that's very fashionable. but for us, IKEA is not fashion, you know.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So a bit modest, a bit passive,
not so pushy.
Not so pushy. That's good to know, and I can sense that from the concept that you say work, the street interviews, the fake podcast. We call that like the fly on the wall content. Like you're a fly on the wall, is looking at someone else having a conversation. And it goes also into my thesis a little bit that I mentioned before we started recording. That I noticed that I don't see, now you feel like everyone is on their phone, but me comparing like in how it is in Scandinavia and here, I don't feel like people are that much on the phones when they're on the streets or when they're in the restaurants and stuff like that. While in Sweden and in Copenhagen and stuff like that, people are constantly. And I think that goes in alignment. If people usually consume content when they're at home or at work, when they have like an hour off or something, then it makes sense that long form works better. Fly on the wall works better because they want to just like they're watching a Netflix show or something. They want to see what someone else is doing. So that's super interesting. I think that's a very valuable input for someone, because one of the most common mistakes I think people make is that they create content and they're like, let's do this globally. But it's not how it works, right?
Oh my God, we're trying like testing for clients. Like whenever we try some different countries, at first we try like whole Europe and see where we have like better results, and then we just decide the first 5 countries, for example, and then we test like for each country. It's always like the same creatives, but the results are different.
Oh yeah,
always.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine I'm a company right now, right? I sell something like e-com.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of good things on my e-com website and stuff like that. And I'm thinking of going to the Baltic market. What are some tips and tricks? Like, give me some insights. Like, what is like the average monthly ad spend that you should have if you're targeting the Baltics region? And things that before I go to market, obviously I should contact you guys. but if I can't contact you guys, like what else should I think about and do? If we speak besides of now we've touched a little bit upon content, right? But in the other areas.
Okay, the question is. Will you target whole Baltics or each country separately?
You tell me.
Okay, I would suggest you to go for each country separately.
Okay, so you put them in an ad set each.
Yeah. And like you can start to test with 1K per each. That's easily.
1K per
country.
Month.
Per month, yeah. You can start to test that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then you will have like it again.
Depends on how expensive the products are you have on your website and stuff like that. But would you say that 1K per market per month is like an average? You are in alignment with the competition you're bidding against with that amount. Yeah. what is like if I would want to put like 20K on a market, would that be impossible? Would I be having a too high frequency?
I don't believe you would. Like, yeah.
There is a companies in Latvia that spend around, like you said, even more, like around 100K.
But that's probably full funnel, right? Like the top of mind, branding, conversion, valuable.
Yeah. But it's for a product that is like widely used, like anybody can be the client, right?
Yeah.
It was in auto industry, I think. Yeah, in Latvia, and it's a
but
big
you need
market.
to understand, like, saturation would be like
insane
and super fast. It's not sustainable. You just can't run that amount in here. It's super small.
Yeah.
Like, and one thing, like, for example, we have one client where we spent only 15K and generated like 500,000. 15.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's in Latvia.
In Latvia?
In Latvia, yeah.
Yeah, and you told me like you need to focus on the Baltic market. I mean, you can scale good here as well, then.
Like, but the problem is that.
But is it consistent? Do you get that every? No,
so
it's like
it's not possible. That's the problem. Like you can get everything like every 6 months, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. That's why if you will check like biggest brands in Latvia, they constantly run like factory sale every 3-6 months.
Yeah.
Because it's not possible in different ways.
I get it. And do you, because we've been talking a lot about Meta here on in the Baltics region, but is there any other platform that you do a lot of ads in that is popular, like LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, or if I don't know if maybe you have your own social media or something like? Is there anything else that's also focused?
Actually, we have one social media, right? Like Draugi.lv, but it's shit.
Yeah, it used to be a good
What was it called?
Draugi.lv. It's like friends.
Ah, okay. It used to be real big.
Yeah,
it was
bigger than Facebook.
Yeah.
But now it's not.
No.
But you can
everyone
do ads
learned
on that as well.
Yeah. But everyone learned English, so now even like old ladies, like 20, like not
my
like
grandma
45
uses Facebook
plus
and Instagram, by the way.
But that's a good thing you said that everyone has learned English. Do you see a big difference in when you're targeting? Because you said every ad set has to be in specific, like in Latvia and Lithuania, Estonia, but do you see a big difference when you speak the native language compared to English?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. It's always better. You always get like better ROAS, better results.
Yeah.
If you in the Europe, if you like talk in
ads.
their language.
Yeah.
Totally.
Can you get results in English, or is it like is the mindset that this is too far away from me? This is not for me. If you get it,
I would say not anymore. How do you think?
Like, I think you can get results if you run in English, but I think the ROAS and overall the profit of the business will be much bigger if it's in the native language.
If you have a huge brand and like fancy website and it takes too much of costs to like translate it every language, stick to English, but ad itself should be like in native. Yeah. Because
so you say the website could be in English. There will not be a description. So like people be like, I saw this in Latvian, and then I saw an English website, and now I'm confused.
It wouldn't be that huge.
Depends on the brand, probably.
Yeah.
If you run like a big problem-solving product, like something, I don't know, like widget, something like that, there needs to be a lot of explaining, right? A lot of copy. You know, then probably it's better to have the native language. But for example, in fashion, there's like the images and videos are the ones that dominate on the ads, right? And on the website. Yeah. So it's okay to be in English.
This is interesting. I mean, and this is why I think the world will open up a lot now with AI as well, because it's for a lot of companies, it's really, really hard to create separate websites and content for each language they want to target, right? Which makes it hard to be like, okay, should I try the Baltics? Just, the start fee to try it, to create all the new content, to create the website, just to see then, it didn't work. It's just too high. But what I think with AI coming in, and probably a couple of months from now, depending on when we release this episode, but it's getting better and better and better in translating and creating content in different languages, and I think that will be very interesting for companies that usually would never even consider trying these markets, to be like, oh, but now it only costs us €500 to create a content and website and try it with AI versions. Let's try that. If it works, then we can invest in like more proper content and stuff like that. So that would be interesting.
What do you use usually for translating?
AI tools, you mean? Yeah. So at the moment, ChatGPT is nice. I like that for translating. And when it comes to editing and creating content, I do use the Captions app a lot. Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has like great editing, but it doesn't have all the languages yet.
You know what's interesting? Like Latvian and Lithuanian, 2 different languages. Yeah. But when we they don't have Latvian.
No.
Okay. But you can select Lithuanian. And it translates in Latvian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and perfectly.
Almost perfectly, but very,
like,
very.
it depends how you talk.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
It translates. So if you pick Lithuanian, and it talks
in Latvian,
and I speak in Latvian, it transcripts in Latvian.
Oh, so so you mean if your voice is you speak Latvian and you say it's Lithuanian, but it writes it in Latvian because it hears you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's because the languages are similar, I guess.
No, they're not that similar.
They are similar. They are similar.
I don't understand what they're saying.
No, but I mean like phonetics and.
Do you understand what like Finland people are saying?
No,
right?
Not at all. But
or Norway.
I do understand Norway. Like Norway is rather similar to Swedish.
Like a couple of words or a lot of sentences?
No, it's sorry to everyone Norwegian here, but Norwegian is like it feels like it's a child learning Swedish. So it's
then I will stop with Norwegian.
People gonna get mad at me, but it's very similar, but they have just funnier words of using. But I think they think the same of our language, so it's very similar actually.
Have you heard how in Estonia people speak? I think it's similar to like Scandinavian.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like there's so many times I'm walking around here. I've been here a couple of days now, and I think, oh, they're speaking Swedish, and I'm like, hey, I try to speak to them, and they're like, what? I'm like, oh, I thought you were Swedish. Sorry. So it's actually similar. There's like, especially when they're mad. Like angry Latvians sounds very Swedish, which is crazy. And when people drink, they get angry. So it's like, and then they speak a bit more unclear. So they were like, "Are you Swedish?" No, I'm just angry. Okay, sorry. Good to know.
Okay, have you heard how Dutch people speak when they're angry?
Dutch people? Yeah.
Same as they're happy.
Yeah, there's no difference. Okay, now we're gonna have Dutch people hating us as well.
No, they will love us because we love them.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, okay, so Meta is still like the most used. Then you don't do any ads for like LinkedIn and X or stuff like that.
If it's B2B, then yes, but for e-com, of course not.
No. Yeah, obviously, because you e-com focused.
Yeah. Actually, how funny case with Scandinavian market, because we have customers target customer 40 plus women.
Yeah.
And guess where is the best results? In which platform is the best results? Guess it.
What was the audience you said?
40 plus women.
Facebook?
Snapchat? Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it like mothers, just trying to see what the kids are doing on Snapchat, following them on GeoMaps, and then they just get stuck on scrolling the Discovery feed and they buy something?
In Norway.
I think it's something else.
Share your thoughts, please.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's probably something to do with low CPMs, maybe.
Have you done specifically Facebook Reels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's insane low CPM on Facebook Reels.
It depends on the country, yes, but sometimes click-through rate will be better, but conversion rate will be shit. It's pretty similar, I think, with TikTok, right? You can have high traffic, but it doesn't mean it will be quality traffic.
It all depends on the content, and what the purpose is. It is very easy. It is possible to have great traffic with a lot of conversion. But it depends on the product. It depends on how TikTok friendly it is. I mean, of course, if you're selling, the dancing cacti that sings, of course, if you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
If you're selling those and people seeing videos of that, very easy to get really a lot of sales, right? However, some things might be harder to sell, but if you build the funnel correctly, and TikTok is very good at targeting. TikTok is they're very good at finding out that this is for an audience that appreciate food. This is for an audience that appreciate gaming.
I don't know. They keep me showing like I see how it's pronounced, like those videos when they like doing something with microphone.
Yeah, ASMR.
Yeah.
But
I hate them.
But are you watching them?
No, I'm scrolling past them and they're again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never heard of that. People who scroll away from it just keep getting it. And you don't click or comment or anything.
No, Jesus.
You need to press the 3 buttons and say, I'm not interested in this.
Yeah, I keep blocking them and they just keep. Oh, jeez.
Oh, really? You don't like ASMR at all?
No.
But that's funny you'd say that, because I noticed there's a lot of ASMR videos here.
They're licking things, and I'm like, what the hell, why?
I actually have, when I've been scrolling TikTok here in Latvia, I'm getting more ASMR videos than I've ever had before.
How do you feel?
Yeah. There's like air ASMR, and there's like a picture of an air, and people like, why is that?
No.
Now when you mention it, that's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
So TikTok ads are coming to Latvia.
Yeah.
Finally. What's your one recommendation to like a business owner?
Yeah.
What's your one recommendation to get results, to get sales?
Like how to start?
Yeah. Just first of all, like every client you have, you need to get them on board. Like if I could restart and do ads when it was new in Sweden, I would, because now the CPMs are getting higher, and because the more people. So in the beginning, the competition will be non-existent. You were just bidding against yourself, basically. You were getting the insane results. I remember in the beginning we had like CPM levels of like 0.20 euro, right? Like it was, and like clicks in even cheaper clicks.
Yeah.
So it was really, really crazy. And now you're lucky because. When we started that back in the days, there wasn't really good tracking. It wasn't really, it was really hard to do paid. It was more like when you paid for like a TV spot, right? You got reach and you hope it did something. And now they have the tracking in place. They have everything. You can target different things. The whole system is really good. So I would say my recommendation is get on it ASAP.
Yeah.
And claim it, claim momentum, because the biggest thing with TikTok is that you reach an audience that hasn't decided yet. It's like Generation Z in the Baltics that haven't, they just woke up, right? They don't know if they are committed to Pepsi or Coke, or is it like a Red Bull or another energy drink. They haven't decided. So if you work with one of those brands, and you can tell them to we can make you the number one brand here, because the audience here haven't decided. And if we can show them videos every day about your brand and how good it is and whatever, they will start and to love your brand the same way we love the other brand when we grew up, right? So that's the argument. And when setting up the ads, make sure you have all the tracking correctly, especially if you're doing e-com, right? So it tracks everything from the website and whatnot. And then you need to build it as a funnel, like you used to. We still do it on Meta sometimes, but like you used to it when Meta was new.
Yeah.
With awareness, and then people who have seen that video, 95% of that video, you retarget it down to a more conversion ad or building trust and whatever. So that's super important. The type of videos that you were talking about, street interviews, fake podcast, you need to just explode ad spend on those, because that works really, really well in conversions. People come to TikTok to get entertained. Yeah. 75% are there to be entertained, which is very different from Instagram, because you open Instagram to see what your friends are eating. You don't open Instagram and be like, I'm gonna get entertained now. But you open TikTok the same way you open Netflix. which is why fly on the wall content, entertaining content, street interviews, a hook that has a very clear payoff at the end is also very good. So it's all about content targeting more than actually, targeting in the ad systems when it comes to TikTok. So get good content, and I'm gonna give you like a really good content. If you want to build any client you have, from 0 followers to like 40,000 followers in a couple of weeks, it's actually super simple. It's not simple.
But like organically?
With paid ads.
Okay.
The thing you do is you do the street interview thing, and you ask people, do you follow this brand?
Oh.
Do you follow this brand? Do you follow this brand? Do you follow this brand? Until someone says yes. And if no one says yes, you just find someone that says yes.
Yeah.
And when they say yes, you give them you just won. Like if you're working with an energy drink, here you just won 50 energy drinks or something really good. It has to be a really, really good price that no one wants to miss. And then you target Latvia with that in that language. Everyone who sees that, they're gonna be like, if they ask me, I don't want to be the one that says no. And that we're doing a couple of those.
Yeah.
And they've begun like 40,000 new followers just that post alone, organically and also in paid.
I have seen something like that in like Instagram. It was like million, like
Yeah.
that guy, No, don't. There was this guy.
Yeah, but it's very like Mr. Beast kind of content, right? So, and it's all working with the FOMO, like you don't want. So that's a really good way to build community and build followers, and then just add on to that. Not a good way to drive conversions, obviously. Conversions is all about testimonials, the showing the product, the fly on the wall. Like if you said you worked with supplements. I guess that's what you're doing in those podcasts thing. Like you're talking about, did you know that I did this and that with oh, that's crazy. Yeah, yes, you use that. And podcast, you guys know this now because you're doing it. But the fake podcasts or any podcast, the best is when there's the one who's like really dumb.
Yeah.
Who's like, what? Is US a part of the planet Earth? What did you think, stupid? And like you start like that, and for some reason people they can't stop looking at
like
that.
Love Island script, something like that.
But you really need to get on TikTok. You need to contact TikTok ASAP because they open it now, and I know some agencies have got it in the beta. You need to contact them, and I need this.
We in Latvia it's different, like
Interesting,
system.
Yeah.
So content is king. You have to master the content, right? You have to get on early, build momentum. Just very similar like it used to be for the Instagram, right?
Yeah.
When meta ads showed up on Instagram, also, those who were early are like benefiting now.
Yeah, a lot. A lot of brands. I don't know how it is here, but in Sweden and Scandinavia and globally, a lot of brands blew up and became big companies only because of what they did on Instagram and Facebook. And the same thing is now with TikTok. You're gonna see when ads comes to the Baltics, you're gonna see they will become new companies that will just take over all the shares from other traditional companies that are not following through. Because they will be and people will not see what happened. Like if there's like a outdoor clothes or whatever, or I see that one thing I've seen a lot here. Everybody vapes in Latvia, right? I'm not too sure about the. You don't? Okay,
we don't. Yeah.
No, but like everyone I've seen almost does it. I don't know the rules about vaping ads on TikTok because I've never done it. But look that up. But if it's okay to do it, whatever company you can create a whole new company that sells vapes in different colors or whatever, make it very Gen Z in a way, and it will kill all the other competition, and they will not know what hit them because they will not see. But why is how are they growing? Because they're not losing anything because they still have their target audience, but slowly. They will realize, we're losing the next generation.
Smart.
And yeah, and you said like in Norway there was like a lot of elderly women on on Snapchat that because that's how it works. The parents and the older generations, they see what they are using, and they're like, oh, I want that, and that's when they start to drop off.
We see a lot of old people now in TikTok too in Latvia. Yeah.
Because parents, they go where the kids are to see what are they up to, and then they get stuck.
I actually have one question for you.
Yeah, sure, go.
So you're traveling a lot, so it will be kind of tricky question. What do you think about digital nomad thing?
Yeah.
Digital nomad.
Yeah, to like work in different countries. Yeah. I mean, I think it's for people that like that and people that feel the need to be limitless in a way and not. I think that's great for them. I think everyone should be able to travel and work from the places they want to work. It's nothing for me. I travel just to speak, but I wouldn't be able to, like, if I was somewhere for like 3 months, it would be really hard to work because I would just be having fun, I think. But what are your thoughts about that?
Same. That's why I was asking, because I see that you're traveling a lot, so maybe you're somehow crack the code and know how to actually work, because I believe it's bullshit. Like, it's not possible to be high. Yeah, and like, there's a reason where these ergonomic chairs, the reason why they exist, and you can't like work like that at the beach when there is like all of noise and sun and everything, and what are you saying? Like it's not possible.
I think it's everyone is different, right? I have a couple of friends that like are 100% digital nomads, right? And they do amazing work. But they're also coded that way. That's how they are programmed. When they're home, it's like the worst for them. They're like that in a way. So I think it's very different. I try to find a balance. I do love traveling. I hate flying. So it's I've been very afraid of flying before I started my travel journeys. But then I've been talking to like a mental coach. A mental coach. Who's been teaching me how to think about flying. And now it's okay. I like flying. Try to just stay a couple of days in that country, and then it's easier to work. But then you need to come home to your own bed and an office and stuff like that. So
like why I'm kind of against this is just because not like that it's not entirely impossible. Only because like I think it seeds like a plant in head for young people that it's super easy quickly to get money, that like all these Dubai trips and fancy rental cars and and I see like when I'm hiring, I see that they don't know like anything. They say like 5K would be great, and they don't even like provide anything, just ask for at first like upfront, like at first I would start with like X amount.
I think it's hard, and I think everyone who has a very niche lifestyle needs to be has a big responsibility. I try to because I think it's easy to see my lifestyle, and people be like, oh, I want that. So I try to share, the upsides and downsides of it, and it's really not for everyone. It's barely for me. So, but I pull through because I have a very, very, very specific vision in what I want to accomplish in my lifetime. So I need to do this. Not everyone has that vision. So it's. But I try to talk about it because, as you said, it's easy for someone to see a digital nomad and be like, oh, I want to do that. But they might have their own vision. Everyone is on their own journey. It's more like a marathon than a sprint, and it's everyone starts different times, and it's just important to focus on what you're doing and what works for you. And in this digital age where you can consume content from every corner of the world, it's also very important to not be manipulated by it. Just to remember, like, this is my vision, this is what I do, that looks fun, but now I'm doing my vision, this is what I do. Let's try to revisit that and see 6 months from now, do I still think that's fun? Maybe I should try that, maybe I shouldn't, right?
Shiny object syndrome.
Shiny objects are everywhere. Like there's so many shiny objects, and you can't be everywhere. I think that's me traveling has cured my FOMO. And because before I was like, I want to be on every event, I want to do everything. But traveling makes you realize that there's like billions of lives and events happening constantly, and I'm missing out on them right now. But I chose this, and that's what we need to focus on. But let's wrap it up. Just some final. Or do you have any more questions? Anything you're thinking about?
Is it easy for you to publish content for yourself?
I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera. People always see me as a very extrovert kind of person. I'm really not. I'm very introverted. But I guess standing on stage makes people think that you're socially extroverted. But I like to call myself like an introverted extrovert in a way. So I do find creating content like forced content, like me sitting in front of a camera saying, this is what you need to do. Like I have so much I want to share, but it's really, really hard because I don't feel comfortable doing that. Content like this, amazing, works very well for me. I've created an AI avatar that looks like me, talks like me, acts like me, but not quite like me. And there was an Eminem quote, by the way. And I use him. So I just write what he says, and he sits in front of the camera and does it. I love this guy. It saves me a lot of effort. But no, it doesn't come naturally for me, and that's one of the things I'm working on because doing the mission I have, I need to be better at that.
Same for us. Same for us. Like currently, we are trying to start to force ourselves to show up because, we know that we need to do that. Same as you, for the things we want to accomplish, but. I'm really comfortable in the dark and working at computer and driving results for clients, and I'm really happy for them. And that's it. That makes me happy. And actually, I don't know how you feel, but whenever I have interaction, even if it's positive one, I have super high anxiety. Even good comments are not very well for me.
Oh, really? Like good comments, I like that. I don't know. I love myself. So whenever someone says something good about me, I'm like, I agree.
I agree. At the same time, I don't want to answer.
No. I don't know how to answer good compliments. I do I did I was at the event yesterday in Marketing Shake. One more time, I don't know when this podcast will be posted. Maybe it was a month ago or something. But
year ago.
But I was at the Marketing Shake, and it was very well received. I think I couldn't walk a meter without someone coming. I was like, "This was the best thing I've ever heard. Thank you so much for sharing," and stuff like that. One even wrote, "You restored my faith in marketing conferences," which is for me is it sounds silly, but for me that has a purpose in changing the marketing industry. Is it's the best compliment I can get. And I just don't know. I was like, I appreciate it. This is I don't know what to say. I was like, no, you're the best. I don't know. So, but I do appreciate. I try to live very present. I try to always give value. I try to always be mindful of everyone is on their own journey. And that helps me a lot. Also with bad comments, it's like that person is hurting. He's in his own journey. It's not about me. It's about that person. And the same goes with the positive comments. It's like it's not the only thing I can control is what I deliver. That I know I try to do as good as I can. If someone really loves it, it's more about them than it's about me. They love it because it's based on their past experiences. They hate it because it's based on their past experiences. They love it is because it's based on how they woke up that morning. They hate it because it's based on how they woke up that morning. So I think it's a mistake I think a lot of people do is they only take in all the good things. As whenever you say something good, you say, yeah, because I did that, right? And when someone says it's bad, because it was him or it was someone else, right? And that's when it becomes a bad balance on. So you need to be abundant in both the good and bad things. I control it. it's my fault, it's my right, but it's also their experience and not a fact. A final question I have. I love it. I feel like we're talking about like personal things and marketing and different, and I think that's great. And I'm still creating like how this podcast will be, and I think every episode will be very unique depending on who you talk to and what I do, right? But I also want to like time to time just come back to the Baltics a little bit. And one thing I was wondering that I realized when we're talking here, is there anything people should know like during the year? That okay, these months is really good, or we have this holiday that people don't know about. It should be celebrated. Like for instance, like in Ireland on the 17th of March, it's St. Patrick's Day and my birthday, and it could be like, so if I was having this podcast here in Ireland, they would be like, yeah, don't forget St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. It's very important. But like, is there anything here that people tend to forget that, or you need to have a discount, or we have because Black Friday and stuff is very global, but more specific.
Yeah, I would say that like special sales days we have same as European concept. Like there are no special ones. No. There are special ones that you need to avoid. I think in Norway it's the same. Yeah. There are some days when no one will be at the phone, like ever. So
like midsummer, for example.
Yeah. Like 2 days, just turn off ads. It's off. Like no one will buy something. Like
And is it the same the whole week? Like is it like weekends compared to business days? Like do you see is the same results, or is it different in any ways?
Yeah, in summer it's not possible to sell anything on the weekend. Like
really?
In cold. Like in cold, like if you will do that with your email, it's fine. That's probably will work. But in general, for cold prospecting, it won't work because people are off the phones like
during the weekends.
Yeah. Like
I'm telling you, people are not on their phones here. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah. And the funny part is that usually they buy more on the Mondays, Tuesdays. When for other countries we scale down. Yeah. For Latvia we scale up. So that's interesting.
What we have in our
You
experience.
see that in every niche that you work with?
Every niche.
Of course, there's like small differences, but the big picture is like that.
Yeah.
Like, so if anything, to whoever is listening here and thinking about the Baltics, if you're gonna do a test, make sure you don't do it on the weekends during the summer, right? Because you might try that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you'll be like, oh, this didn't work, and you missed out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, try your. You know what? I'll let you guys summarize. Can you summarize the tips and tricks that we've had? So I'm a company that wants to start in the Baltics.
Yeah.
And if you're listening now, you've learned that you should focus on the business day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not on the weekends if you're gonna try it. 1K per Baltic country per month. Is a very good, and when we say 1K, we talk about euro.
Starting point.
Yeah, it's a starting point. You try that for a month to see what happens and if it works or not. The type of content that you really need to do is more passive content, not so pushy content, fake podcasts, street interviews, ugly pictures, not
organic.
Very organic, user-generated content kind of vibes, right?
Yeah.
Natively
in Latvian language or in Lithuanian, not in English.
That's very important. In your native language, like Latvian, Lithuanian, and all that.
We use DeepL for DeepL.
For translation.
Yeah. DeepL.
What is that? Is that
DeepL.com.
DeepL.com. Google DeepL for translations. It's an amazing tool for translating. Never tried it, but I believe
it is.
It is.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Because we also are using like translation offices, like companies, and DeepL does great job in these different countries that they're quite small. Like IE usually does a really bad job for Latvian, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having a CPM of around 5 to 6 euro is considered high.
Yeah.
High. What is a good CPM here?
Like 3 to 5, I would say. Like.
So during your test, if you have a 3 to 5 euro CPM, that's normal. And if
Yeah.
you're not seeing any results, either you're really bad at what you're doing and need to contact intelligence media, or this market is not for you.
Yeah, could be. Oh,
Great.
one thing,
Oh,
we
yeah.
hate to pay for shipping.
Oh, so it has to be free shipping. Yeah.
Make your products more expensive.
Yeah.
The price.
It's better to have an expensive product and
of
free
course.
shipping.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And funny thing, like we also own our own e-com store, and
Yeah, by the way.
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. And once we changed the price from 59 to 89, we got more better conversions.
Yeah, but free shipping instead of.
Free shipping was always there. Like
Oh, it was
yeah,
always.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just because it's more expensive, people bought it more.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's the thing here, that people like think it's more valuable, and if it will be too good to be true, probably no one will buy because
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing. People are very scam sensitive here.
Yeah.
Don't have 50% off. Don't have anything that sounds like it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are very much aware.
Yeah. We have really smart people here.
Yeah. I noticed. Like as I said, I've been here a couple of days, and I really like it's really great communicating with people, and they're very ahead of how they think about things. I like that.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time and for being the first episode. I think it will be. So I appreciate it a lot, and hopefully whoever listened got a lot of great insights in who we are as people and how this market works. All right. Stay bright.